For sure. So how'd you come up with Battered Up? Where'd the idea come from, and how did you get started and actually taking the steps to make it happen?
So Battered Up. So, when I moved to the city, I saw empty space and I was like, oh, in the mall food court. Studied it for a while. I'm like, it's just already traffic here. Of course, you have to have a decent mall, which Temecula Mall is pretty good.
Yep.
It's busy, really busy. Everybody on social media keeps saying, hey, where can I get this crazy food? Over and over. And I'm like, nowhere. Because you can't even cater. You can't even hire me as a caterer and me do that food because that's not what my catering company does.
Right.
So I was like, man, you really can't get anywhere. I'm just teasing you guys on social media. And I was like, you know what? Came up with Battered Up. I actually talked about Battered Up. It's funny. Shout out to Eddie, man. He's a Rastafarian king right there. He spoke about Battered Up like 5-6 years ago for fun. Just it was like a week or two conversation. They never talked about it again. Like, hey, man, what if we came out with something where you wear like baseball uniforms, and the logo's like a kid hitting food, and it's called Battered Up. We just batter everything, man. He's like, man, that'd be cool, man. I was like, yeah. And then fast forward 5-6 years later, I own it. Wow. It's crazy. Me and him lost contact for a little bit. He was doing this thing, and I called him up like, hey, man, remember Battered Up? He's like, yeah, man, that was years ago, man. What's up? Like, what are you talking about? It's like, hey, I patented it. He was like, what? I was like, I own it, man. It's a building now. You want to come work? He was like, man, let's do this. And it was crazy. So he's definitely going to be running some of the stores for sure.
That is cool, man. That's a great story.
Yeah, great. Just an idea, just to talk about. And then when they gave me the paperwork, I was like, oh, dang, I own this now. Now what do I do with it? Then I went to the mall and we worked out some deals. But yeah, it's crazy.
That's
From an
awesome.
idea, man. From a conversation.